Okay, I have three more examples, and these actually are directly related to problems 16 and 17 and 19 and 20. So I've got these three examples that cover those four problems off your homework. So you'll see these are similar to those. And I'm doing this because these problems are a little more difficult than the others that are on that page. Okay, so what you have here is number 16, the square root of 9 over 121. Well, you just simply treat that separately. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And the square of the bottom is 11. So that's a very easy problem. You just have to know what's happening here. This one is similar, except that we have this negative that's underneath that square root. So that's going to generate the number I. And we'll take care of the rest of this in a minute here. So the square root of 81 is 9, so that's 9i out the top there, and the square root of 9 is 3, and then you divide these both by 3 to get your final answer of 3i. So divide that by 3 and divide that by 3. And you can do that when there's a multiplication there, but on the next problem where this addition or subtraction is there, you have to be careful with your canceling, and this is probably the toughest problem on here. Okay, so let me start breaking down the square root. 28 is 4 times 7. I chose 4 because that's a perfect square. The next line here is going to be negative 12 plus or minus. The square root of 4 comes out as a 2. Okay, now we got to cancel, and you can only cancel if you can do it on both sides of the plus sign or minus sign. They work the same way, is why I'm going to do this, and underneath. So you're canceling in this triangle here, and never cancel underneath the square root sign. So we'll divide this by 2, this one by 2, and this one by 2, and that's the proper way to cancel. Don't just cancel on one side or the other of the plus sign. You have to cancel on both. More on that in a minute with another example. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit. And that's your final pair of answers. Negative 6 plus root 7 over 3 and negative 6 minus root 7 over 3. Okay, a little bit about canceling with a plus sign. So I'm going to make up a new example that you already know the answer to. That would be 20 divided by 4 should give 5. So I'll show you several different ways of canceling here, but only one of them is going to be correct. So I'm going to show you this. We know the answer is supposed to be 5. So I'm going to go ahead and put that. And I'm going to show you 3 people canceling here on this same problem, and only the last one's going to be correct. So this person thinks you can divide these by 4, and now they have 11 equal to 5, which does not make sense. This person thinks you can cancel this by 4 and this by 4, and they get 14 equals 5, which is also not true. But the last person cancels in all 3 spots. Divide that by 4, divide that by 4, and divide that by 4, and they get the right answer. So with a plus sign, you have to cancel on both sides of it. The same is true with a minus sign. And that's what happened up here. I canceled on all 3 spots to get the correct answer. And that does it for those extra supplemental examples for the homework on 2.4 Part A, Part 1.